Welcome everybody, this is Papa Sean of Cavern Angels, and we are looking at Star Wars Squadrons Y-Wing, and we're going to be running you guys through a shield generator loadout and taking it into action to show you the approaches that you might follow as you're putting some objective damage in your ranked fleet battles. Alright, taking a look at the customization of the Y-Wing. This is the load I'm going to take in for this practice run. We've got the primary weapon. You want to go with the rotary cannon. You can go with other options, being that there is the standard, which would be my other fallback too. This is if you're having trouble staying on target, but if you got stationary targets, you probably want to go with the heavy rotary cannon. That's what we're doing today. It takes a 1.4 second spool up, so you do want to get it into position, and then it kind of locks you in the direction you're going, slowing down your maneuverability while you're firing that cannon. The auxiliary boost is going to be great for getting this slow snail of a Y-Wing into position, giving you speeds of upwards of 200 plus, and generally if you got all your power to your engines, you're only going about 88 if you've got the slam engine selected, which we do. So that'll be our left auxiliary. Our right auxiliary will be the Proton Torpedo. Countermeasures anything you choose, anything that you like for your flavor. And then the hull, we've got the reinforced hull, and then shields overloaded. This is going to give us a lot more survivability. Key note here for the shields is that once they're gone, they are gone for the overloaded shields. But it's one less thing to worry about while you are coming out of the hangar bay. You'll be jamming your way over to the Star Destroyer, and the idea is to get your one pass in and then get out. You don't want to lose morale by dying, so try to survive. The hull is going to stick you in there for a little bit longer. It's going to reduce your acceleration and maneuverability, but it's going to give you a lot more health as you make your run. And slam engine is going to slow your ship down just a little bit. Y-Wing's already slow, so it's not going to be too big of a hit, but it will give you additional boost passively as long as there's a little power to your engines. So we'll take a look at that. Last mention about the boost extension is that this is on a 30-second cooldown. So between you using your slam engines and having this boost extension, you really should have boost almost up all the time, and then that'll give you a lot more survivability too, as you're going to be able to drift around as needed. Alright, so let's go ahead and take her out for a spin. Again, we're going to look for doing a shield generator in a single run. Huge for your team. If you had to choose which objectives to go after first, it should always be the shield generator. And we are in a practice match. This is the single player practice. You want to go ahead and deploy an enemy flagship. And you see how easy that is? Boom, flagship's out there. So this is great for practicing your runs. Something to do while you're waiting for squad mates to get out of games. You can just warm up in here as well on the controls. Alright, so we're going to balance our shields, top them off a little bit, throw some power into engines. And when you're making your runs on Star Destroyers and other cap ships and things, you want to take advantage of the terrain as best you can. If there's something you can go around to get rid of any potential fire that you might be receiving from that capital ship or from other players, why not use it? Alright, so based on this approach, we want to take this generator, since this is what we're looking at. We've got the notch here in the Star Destroyer. You can see we're already locked in. Problem with the belly of these Star Destroyers is they've got those. Let's go ahead and set that up again. I was talking, got distracted. But yeah, the underside of the Star Destroyer is going to have those tractor beams. Let's see if we can drift a little bit into position. You want to kind of aim for that notch to use that for some cover as well. We fired off our turret. Caught a little bit too much of the shields there, but you can see even with that, it was enough to take out the shield generator in what was roughly one run, right? And we still have our boost extension that we can get out of here. I clicked that. It's on a 30-second cooldown. Let's see about the other generator while we're in the area before we reset here. Okay, so we came through this notch here. You can see that one right there. That gives you a little bit of cover as you're flying through, lines up your target pretty nice. So if you wanted to make a second run and you wanted to get in a position, you could exit down the other side of the notch, flip your ship around as you're drifting, and then we want to go ahead and target the other shield generator. Coming up through that notch again, we're not going to be far enough away to use our torpedo, but you can see just using the rotary cannon, you got so much ammo, especially power it. You want to give yourself a slowdown of speed when you're approaching it, so you can kind of stick around a little bit longer, but you don't want to cut your engines entirely, because that lasers just seem to just mow you down the slower you go. And I think it's this is one. If you had the standard lasers, it'd be easier to angle that while you're moving. But you see, we're able to take out 2 generators there. One with just lasers, the other one with a torp. And we'll go ahead and deploy and do that one more time here. So by going just opening up the menu, you can remove the flagship. You don't have to go through the effort of destroying the whole thing. Go ahead and deploy another one. A lot of times that will destroy your ship to help you reset up. Go ahead and target those flag systems again of the flagship. And there's the Star Destroyer we used for cover. Okay, so just to zoom in again on it, like you kind of see the notch out there. That's what we're aiming to come up through. It kind of gives us the best run on and mapping of the ship so that you can see right where the shields are. It gives you a good range of fire for your torpedo. I think it's about 600, 700 meters from when you come through that notch to the actual shield generator. So it's excellent for that. So I'm going to try to stop talking here so I can focus on doing this right. But yeah, we're going to come up from underneath this belly here. We'll see the notch, and that's the notch you want to get into. You can kind of position yourself. You might want to go ahead and boost to get past where I screwed the pooch on that one. I was trying to get past where the tractor beams grab you. It's really not that big a deal. Let's go ahead and reset this real quick just to show how fast that happens. The tractor beams on the underbelly of the ship are deadly, and you don't want to get stuck in that. It'll kill your run and all the setup time that you've done to get there. So that's one thing to worry about. But you should have plenty of boost to carry you through that dangerous location. Go ahead and flagship systems. Alright, so we got power to engines, got our overloaded shields, we're coming back up, we're looking for that notch. We got the closest generator targeted, so you can come through that notch. Let's go ahead and boost while we're coming through here. Get that lock on, we can kind of kill the boost. Get underneath the shot. It's taking damage so that we know that it's going to land now. And so you can go ahead and just slow your roll as you approach and make sure you finish it off. That's one run. Balance your shields. Go ahead and use your boost extension. Get the heck out of dodge. See where the ship is at if you want to make another run. There's the other generator. You could mosquito it, or you could line up for your torpedo. Cooldowns are already good to go. Almost got it in a good position. We'll go ahead and slow our roll here so that we can make sure that we're doing damage to it. Fire the torpedo, and that should give a big shunt. We're out of lasers, but you can see we brought that second generator down to 40%, and we can get out of here. When we started this off, we talked about doing one generator on the run. I kind of stuck around to play with the second generator, and that's really because there aren't any enemy ships trying to shoot you down. Reality is that you're probably going to get shot down after you take out do one single run. You might be able to flip it around and mosquito until you get destroyed to ensure the destruction of the shield generator. And when I say mosquito, boost finish off the boost here. When I say mosquito, I'm saying like if you were to come up, I would hold the trigger down as we slide in here. This is mosquitoing, right? You're just kind of hanging out right on top of the generator. And so our boost is coming up here in another 10 seconds to help us get out. We probably wouldn't make it, but we'll call a successful escape if we were to get to like 2,000 range of this thing. You never want to fly straight as you're exiting. You want to jerk around a little bit here. But that's a boost extension. I had used it earlier. Came up into play. That's going to help you escape. So you can see we made it out, taking out 2 generators. Not likely to happen if you're dealing with other players trying to shoot you down, but you should at least get one solid run, especially if you're making smart approaches, having your allies show you or take out the enemy interceptors that are on you. Should at least get one run in with that increased hull and increased shields with the overloaded shields. You notice that that's why they're not coming back on the ship. Kind of influences you to want to get out and get back to your cap ship. What I mean by that for some of the newer players, that you see that little symbol where it shows like a box and an X. You're getting a little bit too close to the Star Destroyer here. So I'm boosting and drifting around, make myself a little bit harder to hit. But if you fly back to that white square with the X in it, that X is an X-Wing silhouette. And you can go ahead and return to your cap ship. You don't have to fly till you die. You can take that ship back to the hangar, say, you're no good, I'm done with you, I want a fresh ship. And it really doesn't take any time at all. As soon as you land the ship, you'll get like a little view of yourself landing. You'll be able to then select a ship and you'll be back at the hangar in maybe 5 seconds, 8 seconds, and save your team some morale. But yeah, I hope that helps you guys as you do your runs. Again, Proton Torpedo, it has a minimum fire range of 5, or you can't get any closer than 500 and have it fire. You can't dumb fire the Proton Torpedo. So you want to make sure you fire that before you breach that 500. And don't want to fire it too far out, because again, the whole point of us getting as close as we did to the Star Destroyer was to dip underneath those shields. You got some other tutorials on how to use like penetration torpedoes. Those you can fire anytime you want. We could have built out this ship to carry both penetration torpedoes and proton torpedoes, but I really think you're going to have more fun with the boost extension, and you're going to have a lot more success too, because getting in and getting out is the name of the game. Try not to lose that ship, try not to lose your morale, and hope you have a good time as you do it. All right, well, let me know what you think, if you got any suggestions, and I'll see you out there.